Commanders fans, what's going on? You already know, our team is looking to get sharper, tougher, and better every single day. The front office, the coaching staff, and the players are all locked in because they know 2025 has to be the year we take that next step. And with week 1 finally here, it doesn't get any bigger than this. Washington versus New York. Commanders versus Giants. For the first time since 2011, we get to open the season against one of our biggest rivals. Before we dive into the bold predictions for this huge week 1 matchup, I need you guys to do me a quick favor. Hit that like button to support the channel. It helps push Commanders HQ out to more fans just like you, and it lets us keep bringing you insider-style breakdowns all season long. All right, let's talk football. Last season, Washington shocked the entire NFL world. We weren't supposed to do anything. Most analysts had us pegged as a bottom feeder again. Instead, Dan Quinn, Jayden Daniels, and this young core fought their way to a 12-7 record and an NFC Championship game appearance. That's the kind of leap franchises wait decades to see, and it happened in year 1 of a new regime. On the other side, the Giants couldn't have been more opposite. They stumbled through a brutal 3-14 season, finishing among the league's worst offenses. Washington swept them, a close one at home in week 2, and then another win in New York in week 9. And let's not forget, that very first victory was Jayden Daniels' first career NFL win. That's the kind of memory that sticks. Now, here we are in 2025. Both teams made aggressive offseason moves. Both teams are desperate to prove that last season was no fluke, or, in the Giants' case, that last season was a rock bottom they're ready to climb out of. The headline for Washington, of course, is Terry McLaurin. After months of tense negotiations, holdouts, and a long summer away from the team, McLaurin finally got the extension he deserved. It came down to the wire just a week before kickoff. Now, Terry is back in the building, suited up, and ready to remind everyone why he's one of the top receivers in football. But here's the twist. This is not exactly the opponent you'd want if you're trying to shake off the rust. For whatever reason, the Giants have always played McLaurin tough. In fact, over the last 5 games against New York, he's averaging under 50 yards per contest. Last year, just 41 yards combined across 2 meetings. That's not the Terry we're used to seeing. And this year, he'll line up across from Paulson Adebo, the free agent corner the Giants landed after a shutdown season. According to Pro Football Focus, Adebo gave up just 34 catches all year in 2024. That's lockdown-level defense. So, bold prediction number 1, Terry McLaurin doesn't light up the stat sheet in week 1. He'll have his moments, he'll make a big catch or two, but the Giants always find ways to limit him. The real question is, can Deebo Samuel and the rest of this new-look offense step up while defenses key in on McLaurin? Now let's talk about the rookie who could be the X factor in week 1, Jacory Crosby-Murrett. Let's be honest, when Washington drafted him in the 7th round, nobody paid much attention. He was a long shot. A 24-year-old running back who barely saw the field in college, bounced around from Alcorn State to New Mexico to Arizona, and only played 1 game last year because of an eligibility issue. But what a journey it's been. He dominated that 1 game for Arizona, 13 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown. And he carried that hunger into the NFL. Fast forward to now, and Crosby-Murrett is not only on the roster, but he's already earned serious trust. The team even traded Brian Robinson Jr. to the 49ers, clearing the path for Crosby-Murrett to shine. So, here's bold prediction number 2. Crosby-Murrett finds the end zone in his very first NFL game. The Giants' defense may have beefed up their secondary, but their run defense remains one of the weakest in the league. They ranked bottom 10 against the run in 2024, and they're returning the same linebackers who struggled all year. If Crosby-Murrett gets his touches, don't be surprised when the rookie breaks one big. Of course, all eyes will be on Jayden Daniels. The reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year is back for year 2, and he's out to prove last season wasn't just a flash in the pan. Now, let's remember, Last year, Daniels' connection with Terry McLaurin was electric. They made each other better every single week. But with McLaurin missing the entire offseason program, there's a fair question. Will their timing be off? Daniels shut that narrative down quickly. He said publicly that their chemistry never left, and now it's just about getting reps. And I believe him. Bold prediction number 3, Jayden Daniels throws for over 300 yards in this game. He'll spread it around. McLaurin, Debo, Luke McCaffrey, and even rookie tight end Ben Sinnott will all get touches. Daniels knows the Giants' defense will be aggressive, but he's too poised, too smart, and too competitive to let that shake him. Now, I gotta be fair here. The Commanders aren't perfect. While the offense made big upgrades, the defense lost some leaders. Dante Fowler, the team's sack leader, is gone. Jonathan Allen, the heart of the defensive line for years, is no longer here. And while Dan Quinn always finds ways to get his defenses ready, there are still questions about whether this unit can match last year's production. The Giants, meanwhile, are gambling on Russell Wilson. That's right, the veteran quarterback is now wearing blue. If he has anything left in the tank, if he finds just a glimpse of the old Russ, then Washington's defense could be tested early. Still, bold prediction number 4. The Commanders' defense forces at least 2 turnovers in this game. Whether it's a fumble or a Wilson interception, Dan Quinn will have his guys flying around the football just like last season. Let's start with one of the biggest storylines heading into 2025, Marshon Lattimore. When the Commanders traded for the 4-time Pro Bowl cornerback last year, expectations were high. Fans imagined him locking down the league's top receivers, leading this secondary alongside the young talent we've drafted. But instead, what we got was frustration. A nagging hamstring injury limited him from the moment he arrived. He tried to gut it out, especially in those tough playoff matchups against the Eagles and Buccaneers, but let's be honest, he wasn't anywhere close to 100%. And in this league, if you're not fully healthy, those elite receivers will expose you. But here's the good news. Lattimore has had an entire offseason to heal. And according to reports out of training camp, he's looking sharp, fluid, and explosive again. He hasn't needed to do much in the preseason, but just watching his footwork and body control has been enough to spark optimism inside the building. Coaches, teammates, and insiders all believe we might finally see the version of Marshon Lattimore that once terrorized wide receivers in New Orleans.
And one former agent turned analyst, Joel Corey of CBS Sports, is betting big on Lattimore's bounce back. He's essentially saying, if Lattimore stays healthy, he can return to being one of the premier shutdown corners in the league. But if he can't, the Commanders may regret pulling the trigger on that trade. Because here's the reality. Washington can cut ties next offseason and save $18 million with zero dead money. That's how high stakes the situation is. This is a make-or-break year for Marshon Lattimore. Stay healthy, lock down receivers, and prove he still belongs among the NFL's elite. Failed to do so, and not only does he risk losing his spot in Washington, but possibly his place as one of the league's true shutdown corners. Now, imagine the upside if things click. Washington drafted Trey Amos in the 2nd round this year, and he's been turning heads throughout camp. Pairing a healthy, battle-tested veteran like Lattimore with a hungry rookie eager to prove himself could create a dynamic 1-2 punch in the secondary. The Commanders haven't had a true lockdown tandem at corner in a long time. If Lattimore can return to form, suddenly this defense, which lost a couple of leaders like Jonathan Allen and Dante Fowler Jr., has a new identity. And guess what? Week 1 gives Lattimore the perfect opportunity to make a statement. He'll be lining up across from Giants wide receiver Malik Nabers, the flashy young star out of LSU. That's strength on strength, right out of the gate. What better way to silence the critics than by shutting down the Giants' new #1 option in the season opener? Now let's flip to the other side of the ball, because you can't talk Commanders football without talking about Jayden Daniels. And I'll just say what Sports Illustrated put perfectly this week. Isn't it obvious? Jayden Daniels is not just good. He's not just promising, he is already a bona fide superstar. Let's rewind to 2024. The Commanders were coming off a brutal 4-13 season. Enter Jayden Daniels, the #2 overall kick, and everything changed. In his rookie year, Daniels threw for over 3,500 yards, racked up 25 touchdowns through the air, added 6 more on the ground, and carried this team all the way to the NFC Championship game. That's unheard of. Rookie quarterbacks aren't supposed to be that polished, that electric, and that fearless right out of the gate. But Jayden Daniels isn't your average quarterback. He even cemented his legend status with that unforgettable primetime Hail Mary win over Caleb Williams' Bears, all while playing through a rib injury. The Bears may have picked Williams at number 1, but Commanders fans, we all know who got the real franchise quarterback. Chasing records in year 2. Daniels isn't slowing down. In fact, he's got a chance to chase some serious NFL history this year. In 2024, he already set the rookie record for the most combined passing and rushing yards, 4,459 total yards and 31 total touchdowns. He became the first rookie in league history to post 3,500 passing yards and 750 rushing yards in the same season. That's not just good, it's generational. Now, in 2025, he's looking to take it even further. To top Patrick Mahomes' legendary sophomore season, Daniels would need to account for over 5,200 yards of total offense. To break Justin Herbert's record for the most combined yards across a quarterback's first 2 seasons, he'll need 5,233 yards. Those numbers sound massive, but if anyone can pull it off, it's Jayden Daniels. He's entering his second season with a stronger supporting cast, more confidence, and a coaching staff that is building the entire offense around him. The Commanders' big picture. Let's put this all together. On defense, the Commanders are betting big that Marshon Lattimore can bounce back and become the shutdown corner they need. On offense, Jayden Daniels is already the superstar that opposing defenses fear, and he's got new weapons around him like Deebo Samuel, rookie Jacory Crosby-Merritt, and a healthy Terry McLaurin. This team is built for now and for the future. GM Adam Peters and head coach Dan Quinn are all in on building a sustainable contender, not just a one-year wonder. And if the pieces click, if Lattimore locks down, if Daniels continues his meteoric rise, then Washington isn't just a playoff team. They're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So here's how I see it playing out. The Giants will be scrappy. They'll put up a fight because they know the early part of their schedule is brutal. Dallas, Kansas City, and the Chargers all coming up. They need this one badly. But the Commanders are simply the better team right now. They've got the quarterback, they've got playmakers on offense, they've got a coaching staff that knows how to maximize every rep, and they've got a city behind them that believes this year can be even bigger than 2024. Final bold prediction, Commanders 27, Giants 20. Washington starts the season 1-0, and Jayden Daniels reminds the entire league that he's not slowing down anytime soon. So, Commanders fans, those are my bold predictions for Week 1 against the Giants. But now I want to hear from you. What's your score prediction for this rivalry matchup? Do you think Crosby-Merritt scores in his debut? Does McLaurin shake off the rust and dominate? Or will Deebo Samuel steal the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget, smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our exclusive Commanders coverage all season long. This is Commanders HQ, where we talk football the way fans deserve. Let's go get that Week 1 win.